Hey guys, it's Mackenzie, your mommy's medium, coming back at ya. And if you heard it, I finally have music to start and end my show with. Oh my god! I'm so excited. I'm so excited, can you tell? I got this music early this morning, kind of early, but I got it this morning from my husband's friend who stays in our basement. The other day, he was working on his music in the basement, and I heard him playing this song. And I was like, hey, buddy, do you mind if I have that one? He actually told me a couple of weeks ago to send him some of my favorite songs that I'm currently listening to. And that was right at the time that I was doing the ear candy blowout. So I was like, yeah, I have a ton of songs I'm listening to right now. And I never actually even sent him anything, which is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, he said he had some stuff that he was working on and that he could give to me. He just needed to know exactly what I was looking for and what I was listening to. And like I said, I never got back to him, but he was playing this the other night and I was like, can I have that? And he gave it to me this morning. So I'm really excited. Today is May 24th, which is actually a Thursday and not a Tuesday like I would normally do. On Tuesday, let's go back. Let's go back a little bit because I not only took off this podcast Tuesday, but I took off last podcast Tuesday. We are going out of town. I think I mentioned it before. We're going to Los Angeles sometime in the middle of next month for my son's 4th birthday party. And well, it's not really just for his 4th birthday. It's actually like a family vacation rolled into his 4th birthday. But yeah, we're going out of town. And with going out of town, you have to get all kinds of stuff ready. Like we're renting an Airbnb. I had to find out whether or not the credit card that my mom wanted to use to pay for the said Airbnb was the correct credit card. I had to look up cars to rent. I had to do all kinds of stuff and I had a little checklist and everything, and I got everything off my list as of this morning. I rented the car. We looked up all the stuff that we're going to need. I had to order shirts for my side of the family, and that took exchanging back and forth with a person who was making the shirts because our family friend who lives in LA, her daughter wanted us all to wear matching t-shirts when we go to Disney. How absolutely ridiculous. You know I hate matching clothes with people. But it's for a good cause. The family hasn't all been together since I was pregnant with Chicky. And that was, what, 5 years ago? 4 years ago. I've forgotten how old he is. It was 4 years ago. You know, this is the first time we'll be together with Chicky in tow and everything. And my husband wasn't even there the last time because I was in Texas and my sister threw me a baby shower and he couldn't leave. So this will be the first time we've all gotten together. And yeah, we're all going to wear matching shirts, which is, again, I hate it, but I'll do it for them. And yeah, so I just had all that kind of stuff going on. And then I just had a couple of times I was just like, I really don't feel like doing anything. I literally just want to kind of space out, zone out. I don't want to do anything that has to do with sitting down in front of the computer and talking and getting stuff ready with a checklist and all that kind of stuff. But now I'm here. I'm back. I'm back at ya, doing my same thing that I always do with the pair of Invisalign that I am going on week 4 with, and I am not happy with it. Let me tell you. That's where I left off last time. I was telling you that I had an orthodontist appointment to tell me whether or not I was going to get that extra box, and I was feeling like, what the crap is going on? And yeah, she confirmed to me that they were doing a new mold and that I would not be advancing in my next Invisalign trays. I would be staying on the same tray until the new mold came in. Now, I was hesitant, like I told you on that podcast, that how long am I going to have this tray? Am I going to have to keep it for a long time? Is it going to take 6 weeks? I'm about to go out of town. And she said the initial time took a long time to come in because they sent her information about how the plan is supposed to track out. She'll tell them whether or not she likes it and they have to do it over again and whatnot. But she said this tray shouldn't take that long. She was like, you should have it by the end of the month. Well, the end of the month is next week, and what's going on, guys? Yesterday was Wednesday. Wednesday is when they usually make appointments for her, and of course I didn't get that phone call, and I'm hoping I get that phone call sometime this weekend. Or I guess not even this weekend. It'd be either tomorrow or Monday, and it's not looking very hopeful. I don't know. This aligner is starting to wear, like I think a little bit more than normal. Like I said, this is week 4 and I'm feeling notches in the front of my teeth and at the bottom of my teeth. And I guess because I'm grinding my teeth and whatnot at night, which is not good. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling uneasy about the fact that I've had this tray in for 4 weeks. I've set it in baking soda to get it extra clean and all that kind of stuff. But I guess I kind of just need to get over it because once I'm done with all of this, I'll have a retainer that'll essentially be the exact same thing. I'll be stuck with that retainer for the rest of the duration of, I guess, me just living my life, which now I'm like thinking about it, that sounds really gross to have the same retainer over and over and over again. But I guess I'll have to live with it, and that's what I'm trying to make myself not think about it. I am a germaphobe. I'm not that bad of a germaphobe, but I'm, it's borderline where I should be probably popping a pill once a day for it. But I guess I just have to put it out of sight, out of mind, and just think about the fact that it is getting clean. I do brush them every time I brush my own teeth. And like I said, I've been doing the baking soda soak every couple of days just to kind of get it to be white again because they're getting a little tingy yellow. I mean, it's plastic. That's what's going to happen, which now, of course, is also making me rethink the retainer that I wanted to get. I wanted to get a retainer that was in the style of Invisalign where it's clear and you put them on at night and that'll be the end of it. But if I've had these on for going on 4 weeks and they're already having like a yellow tinge to it, what is that going to do when I'm wearing them nightly for however many years I'm supposed to have it? I'm sure you probably get them redone, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I have to rethink that too. So, but yeah, what else is going on? I got my hair redone. I told you I went to the hair salon and I got home and the color wasn't there. It was on my roots, but it wasn't on my ends. So they kindly took me back in that Saturday and did it for free. I ended up still leaving a tip because the guy who did it, he's a guy that I've had at that salon before. And I don't know what his nails look like, but he gives you the most invigorating like scalp massage and like scratches on your hair. I have really dry skin, especially on my head. I am always like scratching in my head and I don't have dandruff, so I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's maybe just in my brain that I have to scratch because I just like scratching it, or if I really have a problem. But the shampoo that I use for the androgenic alopecia is supposed to help with like itchy scalp and it's not doing anything. So I don't know what that's about. But yeah, he gives you like a great massage on your head and on your forehead and your scalp, and then he scratches your scalp and it's like, oh my God, I love it. I love it so much. And he took his time when he did my hair. He took his time putting on the dye and all that kind of stuff. So I left him a tip. It wasn't a big tip. It was like a $10 tip, which it's still a lot of money to me. But, the lady was like, you don't have to leave a tip. If they were doing a color correction, that's, on them. And I said, no, he did a good job. It's not his fault that I had to come back in. So I left him a tip. And yeah, my hair is not purple anymore. That's why I have to stop letting the salon do the demi-permanents on me because they don't last. Right now with spin class, I'm going to the 3 times a week, which means I'm washing my hair 2-3 times a week. That color is gone. I see it when I'm shampooing, but my hair is maybe like a brownish, almost reddish tone from the purple coming out, but it's not purple anymore. So I am done with them doing demi-permanents on my hair. I'll just be doing it at home myself, save myself the money, save myself the hassle. If it washes out within 2 weeks, I won't feel so bad because I've done it at home myself, and it's not $60 that I'm rinsing down the drain. It's literally whatever the cost of the bottle and the time that it takes for me to do it. Not a big deal. So, but other than that, everything else is, I guess, copacetic. I don't know. Like, I've just been feeling... I don't know, like in a weird place. I'm getting in that weird place that I tell you I get in every once in a while where I just don't feel like doing anything. And I don't think it's because I'm like in a funk. I just have a lot going on with, like I said, going out of town and getting the stuff prepared to go out of town. When you're a mom and a wife and you go out of town, everything falls on your shoulders. So at least in my house it does. And I think in a lot of houses, that's exactly how it goes as well. Mom is the one making sure everybody's packed, making sure everybody has their stuff, making sure everything's lined up, the car, the house, all that kind of stuff. And that's where it falls on me right now, is getting everything prepared So we have a smooth transition. My husband has anxiety, and his anxiety gets amplified with stuff like this. So he's not the type of person who handles it. I am. And I take it on willingly, but at the same time, it's like, it'd be nice once to sit back and let somebody else just take the reins, and I just go along for the ride the way you would when you were a teenager. When your parents prepared a family trip, and they did everything, and you just got in the car or you got in the plane and you just did your own thing. You only had to worry about yourself. I yearn for those days, and I'm sure at some point in my life I'll be back to that, and I'll be yearning for somebody needing me to pack their clothing. I know it'll be there, but right now I'm yearning for the times where I could just get my stuff together and I only have to worry about myself, because that's how it is. But yeah, other than that, I guess we should just get to the show. It's late in the afternoon. It's going on 2:30. I got to pick up my son in like 2 hours. And I'm probably going to talk for the next 2 hours, so I better get to it. So let's get it started, guys. I'm still really excited that I have music. I hope you like the music. Hit me up on social media. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it. I'd really like your opinion. I really dig it. I don't know if it suits the whole aesthetic that I have going on, but I really like it. I really think it's, I don't know, it's like mysterious. I feel like I should do a voiceover with it too. I'm going to play around with that in the next couple of weeks. Maybe while I'm off and taking my hiatus while we're out of town, I'll play around with that and have a voiceover added to it, because, I'm a weirdo and I like doing weird, funny stuff like that. So other than that, let's get to it. Topic number 1 is everybody loves a good deal. This has to do with the Get Upside app. Now, if you do not live in my area, which is the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, this does not apply to you, unfortunately. It actually expands to not only the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area, but it also encompasses Long Island and Florida as well. So, of course, again, if you're not in any of those areas either, this also does not apply to you. I'm sorry, that sucks. But this is a new app that I stumbled upon listening to my local radio station. And it sounded intriguing. It's basically a cash back program for when you purchase gas and sometimes groceries and sometimes restaurants, which I thought, okay, that sounds good. I love getting cash back. I can't get enough of getting cash back. I was at Kohl's on Friday for 3 hours. 3 hours scouring the clearance section for my son, because he's growing out of everything like he's a freaking weed. I don't understand it. Like, seriously, I need this kid to stop growing. I'm having to buy pants for him at least once a year. So now I've gotten to the point where I'm just getting him pants that are 2 sizes too big, and I'm just going to roll them. Because seriously, it's too expensive to keep feeding into this whole like, oh, you need new clothes. I want to buy you new clothes just because they're cute, not because I have to, okay? So we were at Kohl's. I got him some stuff, and I got my husband some stuff because it was his birthday. I ended up even picking up some stuff for my nephew because it was just such a good deal. Men's shirts that were normally $50, they were on clearance for $10. And guess what? I had 30% off if I use my Kohl's card. So all of that came to like $7 for one shirt that used to be $50. You can't pass that up. You can't. And apparently I can't, because I just paid off that Kohl's card. I literally just paid it off last month, and it is charged up again. Because of this past weekend, and I got Kohl's cash now, so now I got to burn through that Kohl's cash with other stuff. So anyway, but yeah, I love cash back. I love good deals. So I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and sign up for this and see how it goes. Now, I had the app for at least 4 to 6 weeks before I actually used it. The first time I went to use it, I wasn't really aware of how it would work. And then once I did do it, I completely forgot to go back in and do the steps. But I'm going to explain it to you, so maybe that if you're in this area, you'll be able to do it as well. So basically, Get Upside says that it gives you unbeatable deals on gas, groceries, and restaurants. You can save up to 25% per gallon on gas, and up to 15% on groceries, and 35% at restaurants. Now, again, like I said, this only applies to you if you are in DC, Maryland, Virginia, Long Island, or Florida, but it encompasses over 1,000 plus gas stations, including big names such as Shell, BP, Sunoco, and Marathon. And again, just so you know, hashtag not sponsored. Literally, I'm only talking about this because I got some cash back recently for getting gas that I would normally get. And I was like, holy crap, I got to share this with somebody. I got to share this with anybody, because everybody loves to get money back. Everybody does. Even if you're a little skeptical about how you're getting that money back, everybody loves to get money back. So basically, the gist is you sign onto the app, and if you get this app, if you use my code of Mackenzie, MAKENZIE 366, and I'll be posting this on my social media, on my Instagram account, so you can refer to that as well. But if you use my code, you'll get an extra 20 cents off per gallon for you to fill up, and then I get a bonus of extra 2 cents off of your purchase. And then once you sign up, of course, you'll get your own referral code and you can refer your friends and family. And it's like, again, a referral pyramid scheme. You know, I love my referral pyramid schemes. It's not a referral pyramid scheme, but it is a refer to refer to refer. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think if you're referring somebody, that you should get compensated. I always love sharing things with somebody else. And it's like, I wish I got a little bit of kickback for that. You know, I wish I got a little bit of a discount on my spin class for bringing an extra friend in to try the spin class. I wish that would happen. It hasn't, but you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting a little kickback for doing something that you love and you actually really dig, and then you tell somebody else about it and they love it, and then they tell a friend, and everybody's happy because everybody's making money off of something or somewhere or somehow, and everybody's happy. So you log onto the app, you put my code in, and then you look in your area. Now, when it comes to the gas stations, you're going to have a bigger chance of finding ones in your area than I find the restaurants and the grocery stores. It says that the restaurants and the grocery stores are only participating in DC, but I have found a couple of them that are in my area that aren't exactly in DC. I'm right on the DC line. I'm basically about 4 to 5 miles outside of DC, not very far, but a lot of the restaurants and the grocery stores that I'm seeing are actually in Rockville, which is about maybe 5 or 6 miles from me, which gives it a bigger, like 10-mile range from DC. So I'm guessing it's going to start to spread out, and hopefully when it comes to this particular app in general, maybe it'll expand as well to other areas. If you're listening to me in other parts of the country, who knows? But basically what it does is once you log into the app, it uses the GPS on your phone to locate gas stations near you. Now, it might be a BP, it might be a Shell. It'll show you how much the gas is at that time, and then what price point that you'll get off if you fill up at this place. Now, for me, it's a BP that's right up the street. It tells me that for regular, it is $2.95 and that I would get 1 cent cash back. But they have an additional offer of getting 20% cash back no matter what your purchase is, up to $4.35. That's where it came into play for me. The other day I filled up, I believe I got maybe $40 worth of gas, and I got $4.35 into my Upside account that I can cash out at any time. Now, my only beef with the Get Upside app is that, one, to cash it out, you have to have a PayPal account. I was just explaining this to Joanna earlier today. She was like, I don't have a PayPal. And I said, yeah, you don't have a PayPal, but you can sign up for a PayPal. And she's like, but I don't want to sign up for a PayPal. I already have a Venmo and I already have a Google Wallet. And this is a conflict that I keep running into with everybody, with my husband, with Joanna, with my mom. Everybody is on different apps. I wish there was one universal app, which there's never going to be because that'd be too many problems. But there's so many different apps and so many different ways for people to transfer money to each other. And it becomes kind of exhausting in a way to have so many different apps and so many different ways to send people money. Joanna and I use Venmo to transfer money back and forth to each other. I signed up for PayPal, I believe, because my neighbor Steven, he used PayPal. He was one of the first PayPal users like my husband was, and that's how he sent me money before. I dealt with Google Wallet. I used to use Google Wallet all the time with my mom and my sister, especially when Google Wallet had the credit card. Oh my God, it was such fire to have the Google Wallet and the credit card, because my husband's friend who lives in our basement, he pays us for rent and he would send it to the Google Wallet, and I could just use a credit card and spend it instead of having to transfer it to my bank, which isn't that big of a hassle. But when you think about the 2 to 3 day lag time for the money to get back over to your own bank, as opposed to just having a card that has that exact amount and going to the store and using it, it was the greatest thing ever. And then Google, I don't know, dropped it about a year ago. And I can't even remember why, but a lot of people were really upset about it because it was an easy way for you to send money to somebody and they can use a card, especially when it comes to older people. I know Clifton, the friend who lives in a basement, that was his way of having money to give to his grandmother. If she needed money, he would just put it on his account and she can use the card. Steven, my neighbor, when his mother needed something, it was just easier for him to put it on a card and then she could just use it. Now it's like you got to actually exchange money and exchange hands. So yeah, that's where I kind of fell off with Google. And right now, Clifton's still doing the Google Wallet. I think I'm going to tell him, hey, just switch to Venmo or PayPal. That way I don't have to actually worry about it. I could just get rid of one of my money exchange systems and only have the PayPal and the Venmo. But yeah, at this point, Joanna's like, I don't know if I want to do a PayPal account just to get money back. And I'm like, girl, just get the PayPal. I mainly say that because PayPal is on every exchange now that I've seen when I do online shopping. It's so much easier to just log into PayPal and have PayPal have my information, my credit card, than me having to either actually get up and get my credit card or this site that I only want to buy something for once having my information. If it's going through PayPal, that site never gets my actual credit card, which I really dig because, you know, everybody's getting breached nowadays. Every time you turn around, somebody's having some kind of breach. And I'd rather it be a big name like Target, who I know is going to make sure that I get my money back, than some mom and pop store that I want to buy a novelty t-shirt from and now they have my card and they get breached and that's it. Are they going to be able to refund my money? Probably not. But anyway, so yeah, that was one of the downsides, is the fact that you have to have a PayPal account for you to be able to use this account to get your cash back. And two, that there is a minimum to do a cash out. Now, when you first log into the account, it tells you there's no minimum. But I got my $435 last week and I was like, cool, let me cash this out. And it says if you want to cash it out to a bank. Oh, wait a minute. Now that I think of it, it said that you can mail a check. I just thought about that. So you don't have to have a PayPal account to do this. You could get a check mailed to you, but who wants to have a check mailed to them? Somebody, probably. So you don't have to have a PayPal account. I'm sorry. I just ran my mouth for nothing about the whole PayPal thing. Oh my God. It literally just popped into my mind as I was saying it to you. Why it didn't pop into my mind when I was talking to Joanna, I don't know. Maybe because I like to make fun of Joanna and call her old lady, and that's where I went off instead of actually giving her the right information. But yes, you can either have a PayPal account or you can have a check mailed to you. But either way, you have to have a minimum of $15 for them to cash it out for free. If not, they charge you $1 fee to do that cash out because it does cost them money to do it. I get it. Fine. You're trying to make your money and it is a free app, so you don't want to spend any more overhead than what you already have. I get it. But that means that now I have to go to the gas station probably about 3 more times before I can get my money back without actually having to pay a fee to get my money back. Which in the grand scheme of things isn't really that big of a deal if you think about it. I mean, I'm already going to go to that gas station anyway. The fact that they're giving me a discount to go to that gas station is a plus. And the fact that I'm also going to get cash back for going to that gas station is a plus plus. You know, I love discounts on top of coupons, and that's basically what that is. I'm getting cash back for doing something that I would normally do anyway. So if you are in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, Long Island, and Florida area, go on, log onto this app. You will not be sorry, I promise you. Like I said, it's basically getting money back for something that you were going to do anyway. You were going to go to get gas anyway. Now, it may not be a gas station that you frequent all the time. It may be something that takes you a little bit out of your way to get that extra money. But again, getting $4 back for spending $40 just to go maybe a mile out of your way or to go to a gas station that you normally wouldn't go to, I don't see anything wrong with that. And moving on to topic number 2. I told you in the last podcast that I was going to talk about the beauty essentials that I've added to my arsenal that are basically just testers that I've been trying out from different websites. I've been, of course, bombarded with all kinds of ads and whatnot on Instagram and Facebook recently. And because I'm a sucker for a good deal, I've been reeled into buying these items. And a lot of them I'm not really disappointed in. I really like it, and I might be trying out the full size item at some point in the near future. So I just wanted to kind of touch on those really quickly and let you in on what I've added to my daily beauty regimen, because you know it's a never-ending saga with my daily beauty regimen. I had to go earlier in the week to Sephora to buy my Proteini polypeptide cream. I finally ran out, and it literally gives you like little to no warning that it's going to be empty. A month and a half after using it, I kept saying like, wow, this stuff has really lasted a long time. Like, I don't even know like how much more is in there, but it keeps giving to me, and I'm digging it. I'm digging it because, you know, that Proteini polypeptide cream was $68, and that hurt me. My husband got it for me for my birthday, but it did hurt me, like that price point, to try something that I really wanted to. And yeah, on Sunday I went to go use it, and it just kind of up at me, and I was like, does that mean that's the end? Is that it? Is it over? And I unscrewed the jar, and yeah, it was like little to nothing left in that bottle. And I was like, dang it. Because with me, when it comes to products, I like buying stuff from Sephora. I do. I don't mind going to Sephora because you get the little Sephora points, and I really don't go to Sephora that often, but it's more convenient to go to a Sephora and pick something up than it is to order something, because then you have to wait for it to come, or you have to pay for shipping or whatever. But like, one of the things that I enjoy about buying something straight from the company is 9 times out of 10, that company is going to give you free samples. That gives you an opportunity to try another thing out from one of the other parts of their line. And that's what I wanted to do with this Proteini polypeptide cream. I wanted to do a trial of like their C Firma, which is something I told you I really want, but that C Firma is $80. It's $80. Oh, it's so much money. So I was like, I really wanted to order from the store, but with literally a drop left, there was no way for me to order directly from the website. So I went to Sephora. I bought that. I needed an eyebrow pencil. My eyebrow pencil ran out on Monday morning as well. So it's like, I guess the gods are just telling me just to go to Sephora. Like, you have 2 things that you have to get anyway. Might as well make a trip of it. And yeah, and of course I get sucked into Sephora's little counter as you're leaving, all their little things that you can purchase. And I didn't actually get sucked into it. My son got sucked into it. He loves Sephora. Oh my God. I think he could stay in there for hours, because there was eyeshadows, there was highlighter. He had glittery highlighter all over his arms. He had a bug bite, and he saw some concealer. He didn't know that that's what the concealer was for, but I covered up the bug bites for him. So he's like, oh my God, that's my color. You know, he just wanted to put everything on him. And I'm like, yeah, dude, we need to get out of here. Like, you're going to either break something, or I'm going to end up walking out with more stuff than I need. And yeah, I ended up walking out with another product from the Drunk Elephant line. It's their tester that they call their Rise and Glow Duo. And it's their C Firma, which is what I wanted, their C Firma Day Serum, and their Be Hydrate Intensive Hydration Gel that they have in a little container that's a tester size, which $14 a piece, which is $28, people. $28 for 2 of their products that are so microscopically small. It's not even funny. But I figured, okay, I'm in here. I get to try it out. Instead of buying a whole $80 thing, I'll buy the little tester out. And Chicky wasn't going to leave without me getting something from that aisle. You all know the aisle if you've ever been to Sephora. The aisle as you're leaving, that they catch your eye, just like in the grocery stores. They put that candy right there at eye level so the kids can see it and have a fit. And the parents are like, fine, just give them the candy. Just give them the candy. But instead, it's like candy for girls who are obsessed with makeup. And you're like, oh my God, what is that? What is that? Oh, that's a tester. Oh my God, let me do that. So, and he wasn't going to walk out. He tried to get me 15 different types of primer. And I'm like, I already have 25 different types of primer at home. I don't need any more. He wasn't walking out unless I got this Rise and Glow. So again, it's like the gods were telling me, you gotta get it. Like, it's already there. Your son's gonna have a fit if you don't get something, so you might as well get this. But all of the things that I've added, other than the Rise and Glow, I really don't know. I've only been using it for 2 days. I'm in the trial phase of it right now. I can't tell you whether or not it's doing anything, but there are other items that I've been trying that I really dig, and you might dig it too. So first is from the BioSense line. I mentioned them a couple of podcasts ago, that if you go onto biosense.com, you can get one of 3 of their sets, their trial sets, for just $5 in shipping, which is hella cheap. hella cheap for the amount of product that you're getting out of these. Biosense deals with squalane. We can't figure out how to say it. I think it's squalene oil. And I just like saying squalene oil, which is a naturally plant derivative of squalene oil. There's a lot of companies that use squalene oil that's derived from, I believe, octopuses? Octopi? Is that what they're called? Octopuses. Octopi. I think it's octopi. I don't know. Whatever. The multiple of octopus. Whatever that is. They derive it from octopus or some kind of fish. I can't remember. I think it's an octopus. But this one is naturally derived from a plant. Basically, squalene is what your body would normally produce anyway. You just don't produce that much of it. It's an oil that you put on your face for hydration. Now, I initially did the squalene oil, which is 100% squalene oil. There's nothing else in it. And the squalene plus vitamin C and rose oil duo for $5 and fell in love with it. And I still have a hell of amount of both options still available. But then when I was on their website another day, I saw that they have a peptide eye gel in squalene oil. So I was like, well, whoa, let me see if it'll let me purchase another set just to see if I can try it out, because just because you see something that might do something doesn't mean it'll actually do it. And I do like to try stuff out. A lot of things that I try out, I don't know whether or not it's doing anything. I really don't until I take it out of my routine, and then it's like, holy crap, it was making that kind of difference. But they have a squalene and peptide eye gel as well. So I got that duo with another squalene and vitamin C rose oil. So basically, when it comes to the squalene oil, it says, what is squalene? Biology by nature, human by design. I like that. Squalene is our mega moisturizing molecule that instantly hydrates. Your body produces its own version, and we create 100% plant-derived version sustainably from sugarcane. So that's just 100% squalene oil. I use this at night mainly, all over my face. And when I tell you one drop goes a long way, it goes a long way. That's why I've had this bottle for about 2 months and I've used it, but there's still a lot of products still left in there. That's why I really dig the squalene oil. At this point, it's like, it's only 4 milliliters, but I can see this bottle lasting me probably the next 6 to 8 months, if not even longer. The squalene oil, you can also not only use it on your face, but you can use it on your hair and your body. So if you have dry spots on your body, like your elbows, maybe your feet, you can use this and it's hella hydrating. It feels so soft to the touch. I add this in when I'm using my Protein-E polypeptide cream at night, and the two together are so harmoniously like soothing and hydrating and so soft to the touch. It's amazing. And it doesn't give me that oily look that I'm so afraid of. If I use just a slight amount, I have like a dewy glow. And Joanna and I were having this conversation the other day on how we're trying to get more into the dewy glow look. Both of us being people who are very oily prone skin types, we're both afraid of having that dewy look because it's like there's a fine line between dewy and oily. I took a picture with my son on Mother's Day and I had some of the squalene oil on my face, not a lot, just a little bit. And I had gone into the bathroom before I took said picture and I was like, I don't notice, it doesn't look too shiny. I don't think I need to, blot my face or anything. So let's go take some pictures. And she told me when she saw me, she's like, wow, like that picture that you posted on Facebook with you and Chicky on Mother's Day, she was like, you had such a dewy glow. And I was like, yeah, but when I was looking at the picture, all I saw was shine and it was like freaking me out. And she's like, no, it did look like a glow, and it's embedded in my head and hers as well, because we were both saying like we're really big fans of the matte look, where it's just like there's no sheen, there's no shine, there's just like face, there's nothing else. And that's, like I said, it comes from having oily prone skin in general. You think any hint of a shine is like too much oil production, you just want to get it off your face. So this does add just the right amount if you use it lightly. You don't want to be heavy-handed with it because a little bit does go a long way with it. But it does add a nice little glow. And I find that when you're using oils, and most websites that you look on will tell you the same, that when you use an oil, most times if you have oily prone skin, that oil should signal to your own skin that it doesn't need to produce more oil. So the oil that you're putting should be the only thing in excess that your skin produces because that oil is already there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've seen it happen on my own face where I'm just like, I put an oil on and I look like Shine City. And then there's another time that I'll put it on and it looks great all day and I don't have to worry about it. So I think it's just a balance of how much you're putting on and how dry your skin is at the time, and especially depending on the weather. Right now it's summertime. It's hot out there. It's not summertime yet, but it feels like summer. But it's getting to that point where there's going to be a lot more humidity in the air. I'm not going to need to use a lot of this oil. In the wintertime, it was dry as F. So yeah, you're going to be a little bit more heavy-handed with it, but you still don't need to put a lot when it comes to the squalene oil. Their second product that I said that I got was a squalene plus vitamin C and rose oil. This one says that it brightens, firms, and evens skin tone and texture. It says that it is a luxurious face oil that delivers the pure benefits of vitamin C 50 times better than ascorbic acid, that it helps rejuvenate skin and fight free radical attack, leaving a healthy and radiant glow. Again, I am in love with the vitamin C and rose oil. That one I use normally, just depending. At night too, I kind of alternate between the 100% squalene oil and the squalene and vitamin C rose oil at night, mainly because the vitamin C and rose oil at night is going to go all over my face, where in the daytime when I'm using the squalene oil, no matter whether it's the squalene oil or the vitamin C and rose oil, I don't put it on my entire face. I only put it under my under eye area. And the reason for that is I've been recently using my color correction fluid, which is basically my concealer from Urban Decay. I started using this again. And I bought it last year. Again, Urban Decay is one of those products that is hella expensive, but it will go a long time. It will last a long time, and you get a lot of product for what you're purchasing. But yeah, I started using this again under my eyes just to kind of brighten up my eye area a little bit. And I forgot, I had it in my bag and hardly ever used it. And then one day I was just like, oh, I haven't used this in a long time. Let me just put it on. And I was like, oh my God, it looks like I'm so awake and I look so young. I look like when they were reverse aging Brad Pitt and Benjamin Button. That's how I feel like this Naked Skin by Urban Decay does. Like when I put the color correcting under my eyes, oh my God, I look like I should be like 15 years younger. I'm kidding. It doesn't make me look that younger, but it does make me look a little bit more awake, as Joanna would say. Joanna's like, oh no, you just look awake. You don't look like you have anything on. You look refreshed. And I'm like, well, I want to look refreshed every day. So I've been adding this into my daily regimen on days that I'm going out and about with my BB cream. The BB cream and this together, oh my God, I don't know who I am when I'm walking out the door, but it's not Mackenzie. But I found when I do put this on that the skin underneath my eyes gets a little bit dried out. And I don't know if it's the formula. I don't know if it's just because it looks brighter and that makes it look duller. I'm not sure. But because of that, I've started adding squalene oil, whether it be the vitamin C rose oil squalene or just 100% squalene oil, right underneath my eyes. I dab it in just a little bit. Biosense sent me an email once before saying how you can use the squalene oil with your makeup routine, and one was as a natural highlighter, and that's basically what I use it as. I'm still afraid of highlighters, but using the squalene oil as a natural highlighter where it's not only hydrating underneath my eyes so I don't have that dried out look once I put the concealer under my eyes, but also along my cheekbones to kind of have that highlighted effect. And it's just like, seriously, I don't know. When I'm walking out this house, I'm like, who the heck am I? Who is this girl? Who's that lady? Who's that lady? That's what I feel like. Like I should have that song. The minute I open the door should know whether or not I have makeup on my face, and then that song display. That's how it should be. Or I'll just do it myself. I'm not ashamed to be a weirdo like that and play my own theme music as I'm leaving out the house. But yeah, so this squalene oil is legit when it comes to the hydration and the dryness that you may encounter during the winter months or just underneath certain areas. Some people just have dry patches on their cheeks. It's great for that as well. And then also another thing that I've added is the squalene and peptide eye gel. It basically says that it reduces puffiness and dark circles. I don't know if it's doing anything. Again, I've only had it for maybe 3 weeks. But I've also found that if I add this to my daily routine and put the color correcting fluid underneath my eyes, after I put on the peptide eye gel with squalene oil, I don't have to add the squalene oil afterwards. Okay, does that make sense? Before I was putting on the color correcting fluid and noticing dry skin, and that's when I was adding the squalene oil. Now that I've added the squalene and peptide eye gel in my routine underneath the color correcting fluid, I don't have to add the squalene oil on top, but I do it as a natural highlighter. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So yeah, Biosense, I really dig them. I dig them a lot. If you want, like I said, go on to their website, check out their trial packs. You won't be disappointed. Seriously, for $5, you get a lot of product. You really do. I don't think you're going to find any product that gives you as much as they do for $5. It really is a good deal. And I think I have a refer a friend type thing where if I refer you, you get $15 off, and then I get $15 off. Something to that effect. If you end up wanting to actually order from them, like order, hit me up on social media, DM me, and I'll send you my code, because I don't know what it is offhand. I wasn't thinking about it when I wrote this down, but I have a code and you'll get 15 off and I'll get 15 off. So it's a win-win for both of us. You know me, I love referrals. But other than that, I also added Urban Decay's De-Slick. I love Urban Decay. You know I do. I picked this up last month when I was at Sephora in the maze of suck, where you just get sucked into buying something. But it was something that I had on my wish list that I wanted to do, only I didn't want the full-on package, okay? This one is the travel version at 30 milliliters. I believe the full version is 50. I believe that's what it is. It's way too big. It's way more than I need. Like I said, I don't wear makeup that often. It's only on days that I'm going somewhere. And that is maybe once to twice a week. I really don't get out the house that often enough to need a full-on spray like this is. Basically, the Urban Decay De-Slick is a makeup setting spray. It controls oil. It's oil-free, paraben-free. It's temperature control. And it's supposed to basically be put on after you put your makeup on, and it's supposed to help control any excess oil, because you know, hey, I'm a oily girl. Any excess oil, and it's also supposed to set your makeup so you don't have to do touch-ups throughout the day. Urban Decay is great when it comes to makeup setting items. I use their eyeshadow primer when I'm using eyeshadow. It will literally let your eyes stay exactly the way they are for 2 days. I know this because I've tried it, okay? I am lazy, and when I worked, there were times that I washed my face off at night, and there were times that I'm just like, I can't do it, and I'm not going to. And guess what? I'd wake up the next day, blot my face a little bit, and go to work, and it does set your makeup. So you can only imagine what the De-Slick will do for your entire face. I have, in fact, used this before, sprayed it on the day before, and then the next day had my makeup look exactly the same. My eyebrows didn't move, my eyeshadow, I don't even know if I had eyeshadow on. I probably didn't have eyeshadow on, but I know I had mascara on. It didn't move, and it still looked like I had the color correcting fluid on and my BB cream. It looked great. I didn't touch my face all day. I literally got up that morning and was like, and then just went about my day and made sure to wash my face that night. I also noticed it the other day as it's been getting hotter, because that was during a time where it was like, the temperature wasn't so bad. It was still in that cool springtime, temperature that we're supposed to be having, not this summertime weather we're having. But I had this on the other day when it was fairly hot, and I did basically a full makeup routine. I did my eyebrows, color correcting fluid, my BB cream, and I put some primer on that's supposed to, keep your skin matte. I did the squalene oil as a highlighter. That was on Tuesday. That was this past Tuesday, where I was supposed to be recording, but instead, I don't know what I was doing. I was gallivanting around town and not doing what I was supposed to do. Oh no, I'm lying. It was on Monday. It was on Monday because I knew I was going to Sephora, and you don't go into a makeup store looking like a bum. You can't, because then those people will feel sorry for you, and then they'll end up talking you into stuff that you don't need, because they're like, God, this girl needs some help. And you're like, no, this is not what I normally look like. It's just what I normally look like when I'm at home. But, when I'm really doing something, I look really cute. So I made sure to do a whole face. So that's what it was. It was on Monday. It wasn't on Tuesday. But yeah, I did this de-slick that morning when I did my whole makeup routine. My son and I went to Sephora, and the Sephora that I went to is in this new area that's called Pike and Rose. It used to be a set of little shops like Toys R Us, a hair salon, a La Madeline, World Market. It had just little, stores in it. And now they've turned it into a little shopping mecca with apartments and high rises and condos and all kinds of stuff. And he couldn't get enough of it. He just wanted to walk around 4 hours. We literally walked around outside. It was decent. I think it was in the 80s. It wasn't too hot, but it was, not too cold either. But he wanted to walk around. They had chairs to sit in and whatnot. And we walked around and took pictures. And like I said, we were out there for like almost 2 hours. And when I got home, I didn't feel the need to blot my skin. I had a little bit of a shine to me, but it was more of a glow than a shine. Like I didn't feel like when I looked in the mirror that I was like, I need to take this off my face. I need to blot. I didn't feel that at all. It just looked like, okay, she just has a little bit of a nice glow to her. So I am in love with this de-slick. And like I said, this is the travel size, which is 30 milliliters, which I think is, this seems really big. It's a really big amount to me. But it was $15. And I was like, okay, $15 I can do, because the full version, I believe, is like 35, maybe 40. So maybe it's bigger than 50 milliliters. I don't know, but I remember it being like something that I was like, I want to try it, but if I don't know if it's going to work or not, I don't want to spend $40 on it. Like that just seems a little bit extreme. But for the $15, it is well worth the price. I still probably wouldn't buy the full size one just because I'm not going to use it that much. But yeah, I love this Urban Decay De-Slick. This is another one that I'm a big fan of. The other items, I haven't gotten to try out yet. I got them in the mail the time that I was telling you that I was going to be having new products, but I haven't gotten to try them because it's been raining. It's been doing nothing but rain. So I haven't actually gotten to try these items. And because it's been doing nothing but rain, I forget that I even have them. But basically the next product that I have, and this is how I'm going to round it out, is from Super Goop. I don't particularly like the name. Super Goop. It's goopy. Super Goop is basically a company that adds SPF into all their products. You gotta love that. I keep telling you ladies, no matter what, SPF, SPF, SPF on your face. You need to keep your face protected. You have to. Like, even if it's not for the wrinkle aspect, it's for the sun aspect of giving you cancer. I hate to be so doom and gloom, but skin cancer is a big killer. I used to work for an oncologist, so I'm not a big fan of skin cancer. And I had a dear friend of mine pass away from skin cancer. So I'm a really big advocate of using sunscreen at all times. If you want to get a tan, I get it. You still are going to get a tan if you use sunscreen. Just use a lower SPF. I don't care. Just protect your skin. Like I said, that's just one of those things that's near and dear to my heart because, again, like I said, I lost somebody to skin cancer and it's not a joke. It's a really crappy thing. And I know somebody whose mom recently got diagnosed with skin cancer on the face, and the crap that they were telling me that their mom had to go through, like, nobody wants to go through that. They really don't. But anyway, so Super Goop has products that have SPF in it at all times. If they aren't just selling you an SPF, which is what I got a trial package, again, me and my trials, for $25, and it gave you 3 products. And of course, like I said, when you order directly from the company, they always give you samples, and they gave me 2 samples, and I'm really excited about the 2 samples as well. But what I purchased was, 1, a Defense Refresh Setting Mist. It has broad spectrum sunscreen SPF 50. And basically what you do is you put this on to set your makeup, but it also has SPF in it, so you're also protected from the sun. And it's so teeny and so small, you can throw it in your purse, or if you're like me, you might have a backpack with your mom essentials in it, but you can throw it into your purse or your backpack. It's really compact, and throughout the day, if you know you're going to be out in the sun all day, you can spray it and refresh your face with SPF. That's also going to keep your makeup in place. How flippin' awesome is that? Seriously. Like, if you aren't excited about it, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Like, you need to stop listening to the podcast. Don't stop listening to the podcast. Keep listening. But no, seriously, like, that is like, oh my God. That's why I had to get this. Because, like I said, we're going to Disney and we're going to the beach and all that kind of stuff, this is the kind of thing that I want in every bag that I have, no matter what, because we're going to be out in the sun, beaming on your face, but I'm also going to have makeup on. And this way, my makeup not only stays in place, but it also gives me protection against the sun. Ugh. I love this already. I haven't even tried it, but I already love it. I am in love with this just because of that. So the pack had that in it. It also came with a sunscreen mousse, which I think is really cute. I don't know how it actually works, but it says that it is a light as air, super hydrating, quick absorbing formula that delivers broad spectrum SPF with a smile. Blue Sea Kale provides antioxidant protection, while a blend of shea butter, oil, and avocado oils leaves skin nourished and moisturized. Now, from the reviews that I was reading on it, basically people were just saying that it was a fun way to put on sunscreen instead of having the big goop. It does it as a mousse. It probably would make me want to eat it, but it does it as a mousse instead of like that kind of line that you get when you're squeezing out sunscreen and then you're having to rub it in. One thing that I'm also finding with a lot of the sunscreens, I'm trying to put them more on my feet because I always get the flip-flop line. It's a flip-flop line and I hate it. Every summer I get it and I'm already getting one. But I try to put the sunscreen on my feet and the sunscreen kind of lays on top of where, what is it, a foot crease? My foot crease is like right at that bone. And then it makes me look like I'm like ashy. And there's nothing that I can do to get that off. So I'm hoping that this sunscreen mousse will help me have like hydrated looking feet instead of like cracked, dry, nasty feet because the sunscreen can't settle in to the grooves of my skin. Like, God, brown skin problems, right? And then the last item that they have is just an unseen sunscreen, which is supposed to be able to put on your face. It says that, again, it is a weightless, colorless, scentless, oil-free formula for face that smooths the appearance of pores, grips makeup in place, and leaves a velvety small matte finish, which again can be used as a primer. And so not only am I using it as a primer beforehand to put on my makeup, so I have SPF 40 on that, but then I'll have my setting spray with the 50 SPF, and then throughout the day I'll be spraying 50 as well. I can't get enough of this super goop. I actually hope it's as good as I think that it is. Probably by the end of the summer, I'll let you guys know if it performed as well as I think that it's going to perform. I hope it's going to perform really well. Like, I just have really high hopes for it. But I read really good reviews. There were a couple of people that were like, well, the setting spray kind of got on my hair and it made it look like I had dandruff. Okay, well then put on a headband before you do it. Like, is that big of a deal? Like, really, in the grand scheme of things, if you're getting a setting spray that you can just put on your face and spritz throughout the day to make sure you have SPF on your face instead of trying to apply sunscreen that's going to make you look all white and weird and blotchy, like, that seems great. If I just have to put on a headband really quick to spray it on and then take it off, no harm, no foul, in my opinion. But that's just me. I find workarounds all the time for things that I love. And then, like I said, I got the Rise and Glow from Drunk Elephant. Again, this is something that I just got on Monday. I don't know how it's going to perform, but I'll let you know probably. I don't see this lasting very long. The C Firma is an 8mm bottle, as well as the B Hydra is 8 milliliters. I don't know how long 8 milliliters is going to last. I don't think it is going to last that long, but you never know. It could last a long time. Plus, with the C Firma, one of the things that really drew me into the C Firma, even though it's an $80 price point, is the fact that they say that the formula that the C Firma uses stays active on your skin for 72 hours. So, to me, that means Miss Cheapo over here, that means to me that I could literally put this on a Monday and not have to reapply again until hypothetically Thursday. So if you're only using it 2 times a week, I'll say 3 times because that'll probably be easier to remember, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But if you use it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's 3 times a week and you're only using it once a day because it is a day serum. I don't see that $80 bottle going that fast. It probably would last you a really long time. And, you know, that company has to make money. They could make smaller bottles, but at the same time, you know, they got to make their money. And if they know that a product's going to last a really long time, and especially if I'm reading into the fact that it lasts 72 hours, I'm sure there's somebody else that's like, oh, okay, well, I only have to put this on every couple of days. It's not that big a deal. That means they're not getting that much exchange. And, you know, that's how businesses work. I get it. So we'll see how this performs. I really wasn't caring about the B Hydra, the intensive hydration gel. if it works, it works. I don't see that much of a difference, but it wasn't something that I really wanted to try. It says that it uses pineapple ceramide, which I've never heard of pineapple being used in skincare, but maybe that's a new thing. Drunk Elephant has some great products. One thing that I do love about the Drunk Elephant line is the fact that they say you can take their products no matter what product it is. So I can take my Protini polypeptide cream, I can take the C Firma day serum, and I can take the B Hydra intensive hydration gel, put them all in my hand, mix it up, and put them all on at once. I don't have to do the 15 steps that I normally do with my toner, with my vitamin C, with my hydration gel, with my eye gel. And then I put on a lot of stuff in the morning as I'm getting ready. So I have to wait each step, and you have to kind of give it like 30 seconds or more for the stuff to sink in. You don't want to just keep piling stuff on top because your skin is not actually absorbing anything. So I kind of dig the fact that they tell you that you can mix them as a cocktail. That's basically what they say. You can make a Drunk Elephant cocktail of any one of their products and not have to wait to apply them one by one, which I think is really cool. So I'll give you an update more than likely when I get back from my vacation on whether or not the Supergoop worked and whether or not I actually love the C Firma Day Serum as much as I think that I will. And to round out the show with my Have You Heard that Ariana Grande is dating SNL's Pete Davidson? Oh, what? I love them as a couple because she's so like cutesy, like really, I don't know, well put together. And he seems like everyday average guy who is just lucking out on dating this hot girl. I don't know. And of course that's just me seeing it from literally the outside in. I don't know how they are as people. I don't know how she is. I don't know how he is. I think he's very funny. He's very dry funny and very just like, he doesn't seem like he can pull off the comedy that he does because he seems so timid, but he gives out some zingers. The first time I was really introduced to him was a roast, and I can't remember who they were roasting, but I mean, he just looked like a little baby sitting over there, and he was just throwing out punches like it was nothing. So that's why I love him. But anyway, the news of the two of them dating dropped this past Monday, and everybody was in shock and awe. Like, seriously, did somebody misreport this? Or is this a real thing? Both of them have recently split from their longtime partners. Her with Mac Miller at the beginning of this month. Her and Mac Miller were together for 2 years, and I was waiting for that thing to end a long time ago because I just didn't see them as a couple. Again, she's very prim and polished and cute and demure, and he looked like, I don't want to be rude about Mac Miller, but he looks like, trashy b-boy. Like, he's all tatted up. He looks like he's nothing but trouble. And apparently that was one of the reasons why they eventually ended up breaking up after 2 years, is because he had a drug and drinking problem and she can only take so much. And of course, initially it was, oh, we're just splitting amicably. We have differing schedules. I'm touring. He's doing his thing. So we just don't have enough time for each other. And I'll get to this later, but news has dropped recently about some other stuff and she's had to defend herself. But anyway, so she just broke up with her boyfriend, Mac Miller. News of him and Cassie David, Larry David's daughter, just broke literally about a week before news of him and Ariana dating dropped. So it's just like, I don't know if he dropped her like a sack of potatoes when Ariana was like, hey, you want to hang out? Because that's how I see it happening. Like, I don't care who you're dating. I don't know who you are. But it's like if Ariana calls you and says, hey, do you want to go out for some like hot dogs? I don't see Ariana eating hot dogs. What would Ariana eat? Do you want to go out for like a kale salad? He's like, for sure, Cassie, get the hell out. I gotta I gotta go do something. All right, I'll call you later. Okay, I'll call you. No, seriously, I'll call you. That's how I feel like it happened. But anyway, of course, it's kind of unclear how they actually met, other than the fact that she hosted SNL in 2016. He actually did her opening monologue with her. She was also the musical guest performance in 2014 on SNL, which he was still a part of at that time. But apparently from other articles that I've read, the two of them run in the same circles in New York, which I don't see how that happens. I don't see her people and his people being in the same circle, but that's what they're saying, that their people run in the same circles. And she just happened to be in New York recently at the Met Gala and they hooked up, and it's like, hey, when it's butter, it's butter. I just made that up. Is that a thing? I remember I used to know a girl back when I was 21, and I think she was like 17. We worked at Miller's Outpost together, and she would always say a saying that had to do with butter. And for the life of me, the last couple of months, I've been thinking about what she said. I think she would say, "That's butter, baby," but I don't even know. But like now, I feel like I have to put butter in everything. I don't, there must be some kind of psychic connection right now between me and her that I feel like is like trying to line up, and it's not lining up correctly. And that's why I can't get it. But yeah, is when it's butter, it's butter. Please make that a thing. Please go out to your friends, and when something lines up, say, when it's butter, it's butter. So anyway, they met up, and now it's history for now. We'll see how it goes. They're saying that they're just taking it slow. She just got out of a long, tumultuous relationship. Now, and this is where I'll take it back to what I was saying earlier. They both said that they were ending their relationship amicably, that they were going to be friends, and he was going to be her friend forever, blah, blah, blah. But Mac Miller, of course, since the time that the news has broken that he and Ariana are not together, has gotten arrested for a DUI. He crashed his car, tried to flee the scene. The cops obviously caught up with them. One, you're Mac Miller. Like, how are you going to flee a scene? But whatever, he tried to. And people were trying to basically diss Ariana, especially since this news of her dating Pete Davidson broke. People went on a tirade on Twitter. One person in particular said, Mac Miller totaling his G-Wagon and getting a DUI after Ariana dumped him for another dude after he poured his heart out on a 10-album song to call her the divine feminine is just the most heartbreaking thing happening in Hollywood. So Ariana got peed, and I would have got peed too, because don't put his shortcomings on me. Just because I dated him at some point and I'm not with him anymore doesn't mean that anything that happens thereafter is my fault. So Ariana clapped back. She clapped at him and said, "How absurd that you minimalize female self-respect and self-worth by saying someone should stay in a toxic relationship because he wrote an album about them," which, by the way, isn't the case. Because the album is called Feminine Divine, and he even was quoted as saying is not a romantic album as much as it's an album dedicated to the women in his life and how he respects their femininity and how strong they are in society in general. Not that it was about her. Now, he could have just been saying that so people wouldn't play him out and be like, "Oh, you wrote an album about Ariana Grande." He could have done that, but he said it, and she's saying it as well. But anyway, she goes on to say, "I am not a babysitter or a mother, and no woman should feel that they need to be. I have cared for him and tried to support his sobriety and prayed for his balance for years, and always will, of course. But shaming/blaming women for a man's inability to keep his ish together is a very major problem. Let's please stop doing that. Of course, I didn't share about how hard or scary it was while it was happening, but it was. And I continue to pray from the bottom of my heart that he figures it all out and that any other woman in this position does as well." So she clapped an applause at that person. She tried to keep it on the up and up. She tried to just say it's an amicable split. We both just have really busy schedules and all that kind of stuff. And this person made her put him on blast. He was horrible, obviously, while they were together. And she felt the need to stay by his side to the point where it was like, what am I getting from this? I'm not getting anything. So Ariana, go ahead, girl. I am in love with No More Tears to Cry. When I heard that song drop, I was like, that seems like there's a lot of stuff going on there that she wants to tell the world. And then a week later, it was like her and Mac Miller are not together. I'm like, that's why she said she ain't got no more tears to cry. She picking it up. I'm loving them, living them, picking it up. That's it, guys. I'm done. Because I've saying to you like at least 3 times today. I'm done. But check out that song. It is so fire. Even Chicky loves that song. And I say even Chicky. He's always been a fan of Ariana Grande. He loves her so much. I don't know what the deal is. But because he loves her, I love her too. Anyway, that is it. That's today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on social media. I am Mommy's Media Medium on Instagram. I am on Snapchat as CoolChica311. I am on Twitter as Miss McKinsey. And join me next week, maybe? I don't know. I'm going back and forth on when I'm doing stuff. I'm trying to get my life together. But considering it's a Thursday and I'm just now recording stuff, that means I'm probably going to be doing editing on Tuesday as well, which sucks. I'm going to try to get it together to do a weekend edit. I keep saying like, oh, my weekend's free. I'm going to do some editing. And then I end up doing crap all weekend. And I just need to make time to myself to say, you know what? Don't do anything but what you want to do, which is edit or watch TV, which is basically what I end up doing. But anyway, hypothetically, catch me next week. I have nothing planned. I might finally do my review of my Glow Pro. I got that many moons ago and have been using it religiously, and I'll probably do the review on that. That sounds good. That sounds like a plan. So catch me next time for that, guys. And I hope you enjoy not only my baby and his cute baby voice taking you out, but also my music that I just procured today, soothing you out of my podcast. Bye.
My mommy done talking now. This is how, yes, bye.